I'm Rusty Dog. Welcome to Flight Simulator. Guys, we got a plane here. As you can see, this one's pretty neat. Might not look it from the outside here. Just trust me on this one. This thing's a bit special. So this is a new plane from A2A Simulations, which apparently have done planes before on other sims, and this is their first one. Actually, I think I need to restart this. This is their first one in MSFS, and they say on their website that they have been quiet for 3 years for a reason. And apparently this plane is that reason. So, let me just reload because I could see that the plane was not in its default state. Come on. It doesn't take you that long. Maybe it does. Gain Damage and Andy K. Hi guys, welcome. Okay, let's go again. We're taking off. Let me rephrase that. We're going to try and take off. I haven't tried this plane. What can I say? It's brand new. I want to zoom in if I can. No, that's it. Why won't you let me select 21? Hello? 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 Thank you. Yeah, so we're in Telluride in the US at the moment, and we're going to see. I've got the manual. I got the manual here, and it's 58 pages. I've been flicking through it. It's very well presented, and yeah, I'm going to have to learn a few things. But how hard can it be to fly a general aircraft, right? Okay, bear with me guys until I'm pressing the right monitor. There we go.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Do I? Okay, I'll have to do it on my joystick. I can't reach it through this. I can't. There we go. Jesus. Right. Here it is. This is the interior. Normal plane, right? See, this isn't right. Get this here. That's better. Outside, are we good? No, we're not good. All right, I'm going to have to reset this plane. Bear with me. Open the cabin door while we're at it. Okay. The tablet was something I wanted to show you a little bit later, but it's okay. Right, so now the plane is tied down. Awesome. Okay. So what makes this plane special? Well, hello Von Doodle. How are you? Well, what it is that it has set a new bar in terms of what it means to be study level for a general aircraft. I'm not referring to the Airbuses and the Boeings, for general aircraft. Not only do we have study levelness, but we have immersionness as well. Because not only do you fly this plane, but you have to look after it as well. Like if you have a basic knowledge of mechanics of your car, you might do your own maintenance on it and service. Well, you have to do it to this as well. And this is what makes me nervous, because although you can turn them off, it does have such things as failures set to normal. That's going to freak me out. I've just spotted something. It's got failures set to normal, and it has other realistic options, which I'll come to and will be very surprising, I think. So this introduces a level of realism that you won't find in any other plane thus far. I'm still finding stuff and looking at switches, and you know, there are, that looks like to open a sunroof, ventilation, everything's working. Every switch I've gone for has just done something. I actually don't know if I can get this door open. I don't see why not. I've never seen this door open, to be honest. The ashtray works. Right. Where to even start with this? I don't even know where to start. So, it has a tablet. It has noise-cancelling headphones, which don't work. Probably because the battery's off. If you leave the battery on for too long, it will go into low voltage and you might have trouble starting the plane. Right, so what's the first thing we do if you own a plane? Right, hey Aquatic, how you doing? If you own a plane, like let's say this is actually your plane, and you can't afford someone to maintain it for you, because, or you don't want to because you know about plane maintenance yourself, then you need to go around and make sure the plane's okay. So let's do that. First thing we need to do before we even start firing this thing up. Also, this has got a very old radio system, which I am going to change out for a proper up-to-date GPS, which we'll do that a bit later. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is this walk around mode. Now before we do, I just want to add a little bit of flappage. So let's just put one set of flaps on. You'll see why. And we're currently in the seat, so let's start here. Okay, so we're going to inspect the plane. Here we have the right flap, and if we just jiggle it a bit with our hand, see it is moving. I can actually still work the flap from inside the plane here, look. And we can just jiggle it, make sure it's not loose. Now I don't know whether it will get loose over time, but it looks alright from. Now we can go to the next one. And this is our aileron here, so we can check that. Maybe hear the movement as well. This plane has its own sound engine that works outside of the sim. Anyway, I don't know too much about that. I just know that that is the case. So we can test out. That's all right. Says me not knowing anything. Now this big bulgy bit on the end of the wing is called a tip tank, and you can select whether you want those on the plane or not. Now, obviously I have it on. So check this out, guys. Check this out. Let's open the fuel tank. Did you hear that spring sound? Listen. Beautiful. Open the tank. Now I can't see any fuel inside because it's a 15 litre, I think it's 15 litres, or 15 gallons, 15 something anyway. And there's not much in at the moment. But if I put some in, let's go to fuel. Right, so let's fill this tip tank up with fuel. See the plane dipping down on that side, and stay tuned. Can you see the fuel? It filled up. So this is this called AdBlue or something like that? Anyway, yeah, 57 litres, I think 15 gallons. So yeah, we can actually add the fuel. Now I've got to do loads of clicks to get it back down to 11. So you can literally see the fuel in here. And you can see the color of the fuel as well. I think you can, I don't know if water can get into the fuel and then you can see whether the fuel is a little bit too watery and overhaul. You have to overhaul your engine systems on this plane as well, so yeah. It does have a persistent state. If I leave any switches in the wrong position or leave anything that's draining power, you know, we're done for on the next restart. Until I tell it to stick a new battery in, probably. Okay, so on the walk around then, let's go to, I don't know what this. Okay, so this is another fuel check. This is to check for water in the fuel, where I was saying before. And as we can see, it's nice and blue. You can stop. Yeah, so nice and blue. So clearly, water can get into the fuel, and you would see a lighter color here, and then you'd know that the fuel was bad. Now, I'm not sure why water would get into the fuel, but possibly if you have the engine running too hot for too long, maybe a gasket would blow, allowing water into the fuel system or the oil system. I don't know. I'm not a plane mechanic. Anyway, next up, inspection of the landing light. Seems to be fine. I don't exactly know what we're looking for here. Make sure that nothing is fouling the light, I guess. But that looks good. And we have a tie down, which why don't we remove it while we're here? And now I'm a bit, oh, okay, that's it. So this one is another fuel tank, I think the main one. And as you can see, these tanks are full. You look here on the fuel, the wings are actually full of fuel. That's why you see it there. I don't know what wing we're looking at, left or right. Oh, left. So I guess if we pull out, I'm guessing it's, oh, wrong. There you go. So we're losing fuel now. I've never seen anything like this in. Fill up both the tanks. Put that back. Right. And now on here we've got wheel inspection, I guess, and we can remove the chock from that wheel while we're here. Next up, we can do a water inspection on this one. I can find out how to do it. Do I have to open this first? Yeah, you literally have to drag it up. Well, come on. This isn't good. Is there no fuel? We do have fuel in both wings. Oh. Oh, is this for... Oh, what this is? Oh, this is the central fuel sump. Ah, right. I don't think there's any fuel in the center. No, this is the sump. We've got the wings and the tips. I don't know of anything center, so I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, let's seal that up. And then we've got the prop. I don't think we can actually do anything here. Although when we see the view, this view of the plane again, I'll show you something else we can do with it. But from this view, it's just prop inspection. Looks clean, looks nice, doesn't look bent. Next. This I love, the oil check. Because not only are you checking your oil level, but you're checking how dirty or clean the oil is. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, but the oil level is just below 9. I think that's quarts. 9 quarts, yeah, 12. And it's clean. Now, apparently, it is the case that the oil will degrade and get dirty over time. How cool is that? So, yeah, this is why I'm nervous to fly this, because all the circuit breakers are modeled and they can pop out at any time. You can have plane failures, which you can on a lot of planes, but this one is a bit different level, and I think I want to keep the failure rate on, which means I could be flying this and at any time a failure could occur. Thankfully, I've got documentation on the iPad that can help me out with the procedures, but still scary. But that's what real life flying's all about, isn't it, really? And you can choose different oil grades as well to go in. I'm a little bit snippy at the moment. I'm having to keep blowing my nose, so I'm having to just hopefully successfully mute the mic every time. Now we have another fuel tank, same on the other wing, which we can check as well. Check the capacity. This should be full as well. And it is full, and it's a good color. I don't know, I haven't read enough far into the manual yet. I haven't gone through the manual from page 1, 2, 3. I've just been glancing over. I don't know whether the color of the fuel will change, but I'm assuming that water can actually get into the fuel if you don't maintain the plane properly or something goes wrong. Guys, I haven't even started showing you this plane yet. Trust me, there's more to come. Anyway, we've got this tape stuff. I can't remember, what do they call this tape? Remember those guns you used to get? You used to clock the letters on. Clock, 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 clock. Anyway, yeah. Of those. Alright, next is the other wheel, which tyre looks okay, and we'll take the chalk out. Can you see the engine? That's a good question. I don't think so. There's no cover for engine. There are planes in Flight Sim where you can see the engine. I'll have a look. I'll have a look in the iPad, because if it's possible, it's doable in the iPad. Okay, remove before flight. So, can we do it with this? Yeah, we can. Of course you can. Of course you can. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of the tie down on this one. And let's get rid of the pitot tube cover, because we are going to be flying. It's good, you have to walk around, and instead of just pressing a button, I mean, you can go into controls and then just untick chocks and tie downs and pitot cover. But why do that when you can walk around and remove them all yourself? Check the light, looks good to me. Well, this one's in a bit of a state. And we're not going to see much fuel in there because there is some fuel in there. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, there is some fuel in there, but it's only a little bit at the bottom, as you can see. Cool. I love this. And next, we'll do a water in the fuel check. I wouldn't drink it, but I'm guessing that looks right. If I keep doing this check all the time, if I do that again, am I just going to keep draining fuel out? It's an interesting thought. How long would it take to empty the tank? Okay, yeah, test the aileron. Doesn't seem too wobbly, that seems okay. And the flappage. Yep, moving nicely. And I have no idea. This is called the static port. So I'm not quite sure what we're looking at here. Just I don't know what that is. We'll leave it alone. Finally, we have the rear tail down, which we need to get rid of. If I can find the hot point for it. And the elevator, of course, which you can see the linkage here at the back working as well. Down. When you pitch down, it doesn't have a lot of movement, does it, from center? There's center. Oh yeah, it's reasonable. It's reasonable. That's all there is. And that seems to be moving freely and nicely. Cool. I'm happy with it. Okay, we've done our walk around inspection. And I'm happy. Now, let's take a look. This is our current flight info. This is the current wind. Nice headwind. 282 degrees, 16 knots. And it looks like we have a 5-knot crosswind, which we can deal with. Now, it doesn't have a checklist up here. These are all blank, which is a bit of a shame, but it's okay. So, estimated endurance on the aircraft, 5 hours, 29 minutes. Is that like your maximum flight? Yeah. Speed and power settings, rotate at 85 miles an hour. Maximum takeoff weight. At maximum takeoff weight. Begin rotation earlier at lower weight or with flaps. Blah, 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 blah. Climb. $2,400 revs max on the climb. Okay. Best climb angle. BX 80. What? Oh, is 84 miles an hour an angle? X is. I don't know. Flap extension speeds and gear extract extension speeds. Approach flaps 100, final flaps 80 to 90. Yeah, okay. I won't remember it all, but I'll try my best. I'll learn it as I go. Maximum crosswind we can be out in is 17. It's 2 at the moment. Here's our checklists. And if we get into an emergency, as it can happen on this plane, let's say we have an engine fire, these are our procedures. Power off on landing, power off flight is this is what we have to do. Use the airspeed to 105, fuel selector, fullest tank fuel. Yeah. I have to learn it all. It's gonna be fun. Controls. Engine. I don't think so. Jacks. Okay. Oh wow, it is up on jacks. Yep. That's to stop it tipping backwards. Engine heater. Where the hell's that cable going to? Infinity, probably. We have an engine heater as well. Okay. These are all the lights. You can use them. You can use the pad here to do it, or you can turn it on in the by using the actual switch. Now, in terms of the radio, we've got the GNS 430, 530, both of them, or the 750, which is the one. Might be wondering, what's that great big letter T right in the middle? We'll get back to that one. Have I abandoned Elite Dangerous? No, I played it on 2 streams ago, I think. Yeah. And hi, Tormented. No, still playing it. It's kind of semi-abandoned, but no, it's not abandoned. I'm still playing it, yeah. So here we have cockpit persistence on. All right, so anything that's set or unset or moved in the cockpit will stay that way. If I leave these levers in, I presume if I come back and do a brand new flight, they'll still be in, you know, all the switch positions will be where I left them, that kind of stuff. I've selected visible passengers, but I haven't put anybody in yet. Advanced options as well. VR, flat screen, turbulence. Apparently the flight model on this plane is pretty special as well. It's quite realistic. So we've got failure rates. You can turn them off, and wear. Right, so you've got wear on your engine parts. We'll get to that soon. You've got wear on your engine parts. Talking of the engine, there is something special on this to do with that, but we'll get to that in a sec. Let's close the cabin door. Cool. Cabin vent, cabin heat. Cool. I like the way you can control this stuff from here. Okay, in the fuel and payload, we've got where we can put people in. So if we were to fill up the plane, and you'll see the plane moving as we put people in. So now we've got co-pilot Smithers, and oh, where did your friend go? Oh. Yeah, these two creepy looking people. Now we can get rid of him because he's supposed to be on an Airbus and hasn't realized, so we can get rid of him. And I'm taking 2 passengers today. Very rich, and they pay very well. Baggage, we can add baggage. This is our center of gravity as well. So adding these 2 passengers gives me a better center of gravity. And now I'm just taking Mary with me. She's very quiet, she doesn't moan a lot. Digital engine monitor, which we'll get to. He says, as if he knows the plane, and he doesn't. Maintenance. This you're going to like this, guys. Okay, so this is where we can have the tip tanks on or off. So we can actually take them off the plane, and they're gone. But we're going to leave them on. We've got a plane inspection, and everything is green, so that's good. If it wasn't, you would have to maintain it. We've got 2 different types of propeller. We have this Macaulay one, which is this little fella, and we have the MT propeller, which is that one. Okay. We've got overhauling of airframe in case, you know, through wear and tear. Stabilizer tips, wing gap seals, gear lobe fairing, soundproofing. Maybe that's so you don't have to wear the headphones. Wing root fairings. These are all stuff that will make the plane look a bit different, right? Wing root fairings. I don't know what it's added there. Something is definitely different. Stabilizer tips, gap seals. Okay. Oh, is that these blue things? Is that what the stabilizer tips are? Yeah. Yep. Not seeing any difference in the seals. But maybe it's underneath the wing. Yeah. Restock weapons. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people miffed with the console thing. Tormented, I know. But I guess you know, we're stuck with it. So, look at this, guys. You ain't seen nothing yet. So these are the different oil grades we can use. And then there's an additive as well. We've got cleaning the spark plugs. Massive and fine wire, I don't even know what that is referring to yet. I have to look at the manual. You can overhaul the engine or overhaul... I don't know what the difference is here. I guess the whole plane, it must mean. You could even have a used engine, right? This will reset the persistent state. Well, I haven't used it yet. I haven't used the plane at all yet. The battery's brand new. You could even have an auction engine. Great, an eBay engine. You could put an eBay engine in there, a used one or another new one. I'll stick with this one. So let's inspect the engine, make sure everything is going to pass. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be. Actually, what is this? Actually, I'm not going to say it in case I'm wrong. I think this might be for something on this page, what I'm thinking of. Is this compression? Apparently we can have as well low compression on, say, a specific cylinder, which would affect performance, right? But I don't know whether this is what it's referring to. Let's have a look here. Well, let's go to the electric system first. So, this will all light up as we switch everything on. We got the circuit breakers. As you can see, one of those circuit breakers is not working at the moment, which is the nav one. We didn't trip it when we switched the radios out, but we'll have to, we can either put the switch back in using this or actually push the breaker back in ourselves. That's what I'm going to do. So we got the battery, good battery here. It'll power the cockpit, the engine, and then the alternator will recharge the battery back up again. So you've got everything here. So if it's like a car, the battery will be 12 volts, and then the alternator will provide power to it, and then the battery can get up to like 13.6 to 14 volts. Something like that. Now, engine analyzer, guys. This is an animated image, animated video thing that actually works in conjunction with what the engine is currently doing at the time. I've only seen it working on a video, so maybe we'll leave this page open when we come to start the engine. So remind me when we come to do that, or hopefully I'll remember. So now we get to the stage of how on earth do we start this plane? Got a light vest. Oh, this all works, by the way. You got the adjustable lamp, and the vents are all adjustable. Ah, that's where I left it. I left this thing in the middle. Yeah, cool. And my mouse has just gone on holiday to another monitor. So on this one, last time I was able to get a different arrow, one that went from side to side. Now, get it. So there you are. You've got some vents blowing in your face now. Okay, so we've got the fuel. That says right main, left main. I believe that's where they should be, right? Yeah. That's not the correct bit. Oops. Yeah, that's where they need to be, I believe. Now the control lock should be on, which is just one of them springy things. So we'll leave that. Now when I pull it, moves them both. Right, let's see if we can get this thing started. I'm not a pilot, so I don't want to go through all of that, you know. Well, but maybe we could test the magnetos and see if the revs drop down a little bit, but I think they're only supposed to drop down by, is it 500 or 1,000 revs per magneto? I'm not quite sure. So we'll try and get this underway, and then we've got this thing, which is, let me look in the manual and I'll tell you the name of the thing, because it's JIS something. Let's go back and check it out. Oh, JPI 830 engine monitor. This is a digital engine monitor. The manual's not telling me what this is. I'm guessing it's the transponder thing. Is it? Glove box? It just said glove box. Of course it opens. Of course it does. So these are familiar. Throttle, of course. Then we've got the propeller. Do we have a mixture? Yes, this mixture here. Primer. Carb heat. Okay. Get rid of the yoke for a second. Oh, we can't. Get rid of the lock, perhaps. Let's get the tab. Go to before engine starts. So passengers are briefed. Let me just quickly brief the passengers. Hi Mary, I'll be your pilot for today. No nagging and no farting. Right, she's been briefed. Seatbelt secure. Yeah, she's secured. Control lock removed. Let's do that. Parking brake is set. Oh, yeah, I'll show you in a minute. It was set. Okay, parking brake set. Gear switch is down. There it is. Electronic, eh? Cool. Of course it is. Has to be. Flaps are up. Actually, no, they're not. But now they are. Okay. Flaps are up. Radios are off. Autopilot master is off. Avionics off. All electric switches off. Circuit breakers in. Aha! No. The nav circuit breaker has popped. So we need to pop that back in again. We have to keep an eye on these circuit breakers because they can pop. They can. What else have we got? Rotating beacon on. Okay, so that's the beacon. Okay. You mean the beacon light, right? Beacon light here. Probe. Beacon. Okay. Gotta be careful with the battery as well. Sure that we don't spend too long after we've turned the battery on starting up the plane because, you know, do that. So, fuel selector, desired tank. Yeah. Mixture rich, okay. I'm guessing that's how it's done. Mixture rich, throttle cracked. No, it's not cracked. Cracked. I have to push it in a little bit, right? Crack that throttle, baby. Propeller full forward. That's forward, backwards, right? Forward. Are we going to put full power on the prop to start? Okay. Carb heat off, I think. Yep, you pull it on, so yeah, that is off. Master switch on, fuel pump on. Here we go. go into 12.3 volts. Let's not let that drop too much. Switch on fuel pump on. Fuel pressure check. Oh, where do I go? Fuel pressure. That's fuel flow. To go to check for fuel. Oh, here. No. 0 psi. That's not good, right? Primer. 1 to 5 strokes. Take the fuel. Let's see if the fuel pressure goes up. What was that little turn? What on earth are you doing? Oh, okay, okay. We need to turn it in order to pull it. No pressure. That doesn't look good. Right, magnetos. Both. Prop area clear and starter engaged. See if it does start. Oil pressure. Oil pressure. 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 See if we can start this thing. Oh. There we go. See what happens. See if this animates as we try and start it up. Okay, I'm guessing then it's not wanting to start. Yeah, you can stop now. Gotta be these. Let's go this way. See if that does it. Oh, we got pressure building. Cool. Now let's prime again. 1, 2. I'm going to go for 3. Go. Right, you see these white dots? They're the spark plugs. If they go black, they're fouled. Okay, now what was it said? Oh, prop. Where's my thing? How do I get this going? How do I get this on? There's the noise cancelling. Open up. All right. So we've got the electrical system. Yeah, 13.5. There we go. It'll be fully charged back up again in 6 minutes. So the alternator is doing a perfect job. Nice. I love this. So inspect the engine. So, okay. Could be that we just have a slight lower compression in one. Yes. Look at the speed of this thing. This is actually really happening. So, I need to get this thing on. don't know how to turn it on. What about this thing? There must be an electronics thing. Maybe we can do it in here. Avionics is off. Okay. But there must be an avionics switch somewhere that I'm missing. Oh, rotating, yeah, rotating B. Fuel pump, master switch. Down and locked. Where the hell is avionics? Autopilot. Oh, they're the circuit breakers. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it on. Don't know. Now, as for the checklist, it said lean as required. I'm gonna pull it out just. Okay, now we're up. Do we want to fill? No. Do not want to refuel? We're good as we are. So here's your engine revs, 1440. If I switch off one of the magnetos, just go to left, the engine rev should drop to, they've dropped to 1370 instead of 1440, so that is 60 drop. Let's have a look on the right hand side. Same thing. That shows us that both magnetos are in fact working. So fuel pressure is good. It's right at the max there. Oil pressure is good. Amps are good. Oil temp is fine. Fuel is right up at the top there. And cylinder head temperature is good. Now, on this thing, here, red is hot, but purple is too hot. So we don't want it ever to go purple if we can help it. Right? And pull the carb heat. I'm not quite sure what the carb heat does. But I know that there's in one of the emergency things, it does tell you. Let's see which one it is. Electrical fire. This is what you must do. Turn the master switch off. Generate a circuit breaker. You pull that one, switch it off. Vents open, door. Cabin heat. This one, carburetor icing. Okay, so if the carburetor has icing on it, then you would pull the carb heat on and put the throttle to full open. Same here with the engine roughness, I guess. Yep. Carb heat on, full open. If roughness continues after 1 minute, change the carb heat to off and then do all this. So hopefully we'll get a safe flight. Temperature is good. Wind is good. Coming in the right direction, so let's go. But the only thing that's going to be constantly on this thing. Alright, let's inject a little bit of immersion into this. So we're going to add traffic plus radio. So yeah, we've had to actually literally just walk around the plane and take all the, check the oil and check the fuel, check the rudders and the flaps and everything that's make sure that all that's working. We're just going to perform a small update. America, Canada, Europe and South America. Take a little while and we'll get the radios on. I don't have anything planned on a flight. I was going to fly to an airport, but it's like an hour away, and I'm not sure it's the airport that Mary wants to go to. She's just in for the ride here. So we have got, let's get the strobe light on. Pitot heat, yes we can. Landing lights we don't need at the moment. Navigation and lights. Tank selector. Please tell me that's going to be automatic. Oh, there's the avionics master. Of course it is, yeah, right next to the autopilot switch. I'm hopefully not going to be using that today. Yeah, but that propeller's giving it too much. Okay, that's update's good. We are in the United States, so so we want departure.
November 252, contact tower 119er, 29er. 19er, get there, 252.
I'm just going to adjust the volumes down so it's up in the background. And I think our mileage is here.
308 Romeo.
Where for out though?
4 targets within 5 miles. Speed radar surface determined. Going to be a fire frequency changes approved.
Wow, listen to this thing. I feel like I have it set too high. At least just maybe for taxiing. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Should we see if I can fly it? Please don't pop any circuit breakers, and please no landing gear failures.
Got 19er 03 X-ray with you through 1,400.
Ooh! Right. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you. This is the perfect time to do this. So, you know how you can get pushback and stuff like that? So you can have a tug and it pushes your plane back, blah, blah, blah. We don't need it here. We've got space in front. However, if we did need a pushback, let me just turn off the radio a second. If we did need pushback, because we've got a building in front of us, and there's no tug available or whatever, guess what? We can push the plane back ourselves. So I need to take off from this, or I want to take off from this runway. So I'm going to push and I'm going to turn the nose of the plane to its left as I'm looking at it right now. And that is what the big T is for towing. Probably should have done this before starting the engine, but hey. Yep, can't do it now. Alright, I guess we can cut the engine. Okay, now it's available. No biggie, no biggie. Right, so we press T and then we get the tow bar attached. And now, using my joystick, I can now push. Oops, did I not take the handbrake off? Okay, I think it's off now. How freaking cool is this? Of course we can't do it with the propeller on. Somebody'd be getting a free haircut. This is ultra cool. I love this. I think I'm at maximum steering now. I'm just pitching down on the joystick, you know, pushing forward. That's doing that to the plane. Okay, let me see if I can just go. I can go that way. Just get it on the taxi line. Come on. That'll do. Don't crash the plane when I press this again. Perfect. We towed our own plane out. Right. Okay, we got to crank this thing over again. So, should we do it from, have a look at the iPad and do it looking at that? All right, so it's just a case of popping the mixture back in. Propeller doesn't need to be maxed, sure, but do we need to prime again? Let's see. You can see the plane bobbing up and down. Okay, we're good. Oh, sugar. Okay. So, no throttle. Bring that out. We'll change them. I want the mixture fully rich for now, I think. But I think the longer... If you have it full rich for long flights, isn't that going to more foul the spark plugs? We've got to fly this thing properly. Okay, so let's look at where we are. Just need to follow that taxiway. Alright, so brake is off. This is the default cockpit view, by the way. I like to jump a little bit up. Look at the size of that prop. That's huge. Okay, let's give it a bit of Evola. Got 1,000 revs, which is just about right.
For 0 room, my contact tower 13565.
Cool plane, eh? You gotta say it's a cool plane. The level of immersion on this and study level ability is really cool. Is this where we need to be? It has to be, because this is the proper runway. Is it here? Well, there's one further up, but we're okay.
It's 43, please.
Speed 250%, 43.
What was that? Did we just have a white light right here? What was that?
Reducing to 250.
Okay. Gonna try and
approach Delta 1590 past 25 1, descending beating Angel 4, we have X-ray.
Delta 1590, control ILS runway 25 left approach.
To the ILS 25 left, Delta 1590.
probably taking off with a headwind, are we? Taking off at the wrong side of the runway, but hey, it doesn't matter. Nope. Not judging by that windsock. We're cool.
We cleared the ILS 25 left.
Right, 4254, that is affirmative.
Thank you.
Oops, that was an abrupt break. So we're taking off from KTEX.
With 40 heavy contact approach 13.5 today.
123.5, please, who's the revenue point?
Frequency is 128.5.
128.5, please, 40, bye-bye.
Good day.
I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. All right. So we now need, I want, full mixture, full prop. What happened? No good? We introduced more fuel into the thing. Maybe just cutting off the air.
1635, 25.3,
descending on the Angel.
South 1635 approach, you have X-ray lost.
I sure apologize. Well, whiskey, so, guess so.
Okay. X-ray turn now, altimeter 2990.24 right.
24 right, we'll grab, X-ray. Thank
Now what have I done?
you, third best.
Alright, 2307, 250 knots, contact approach 124.9
Are we flooded?
24.9, American 2307, good day, sir.
Gyps. Are we flooded here?
Alright, 1454, 250.
250 knots, American 1454.
Say the freaking F for American 2307. 2307, 249. 249, thanks. Safe.
Is that a better throttle? Oh.
Center, good afternoon. Compass 6023 out of a flight call to 24.2, descending to Del Hollywood 1.
Just adding a bit of flaps because I didn't have any.
We have X-ray, Compass 6023.
23, STD, third ILS.
Full power.
Third ILS 25 left, Compass 6023.
Come on. VR is 85. We're not even there. We can go. We can go.
At the circus.
Gear up. Now, don't stall the plane. I want the prop to be around 22. Perfect. Okay, I don't have actually a clue where I'm going, by the way. So I'm going to see if I can just trim the plane out a little. Well, let's just climb, because it's very mountainous around here. And yeah, I'm officially nervous now. I didn't use the landing lights on the runway, but yeah. So the RPM desired was 2200. That'll just do absolutely fine. Just gonna climb a little. Already at
It's just 24.9.
there you go. Just reset the air pressure. We're coming up to 10,000 feet, I guess. So back off the throttle a little and then start to trim the plane. That's it. That's as easy as that. It is. If I leave go of the joystick, look, it's going over to the right, the left a little. I guess that's normal because of the prop, right? The prop spin. You doing all right, Mary? Don't be nervous.
Charlie 46 Victor, heavy approach, X-ray, turn at Los Angeles, altimeter 2990.
I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. Trimming out this plane seems to be, it's pretty sensitive, but it's not a bad sensitive.
350, descending on the Angel board.
My idea was to just have a little jaunt and then go back and land back at Telluride, but let's see.
Delta 2273, clear to the approach.
And now if we put the noise cancelling on, cool.
Exit 389, approach connected, select 25 left and 270 knots left.
Okay, 270, looks like 25 left.
I guess we could monitor the engine parameters from up here, but that wouldn't be realistic really, would it? Like you can monitor in the dials, make sure all your temperatures are good, especially your cylinder head, you want to keep that in the green. But those other parameters that we saw on the iPad, you wouldn't really have that, right? Battery, all these are in the green, battery's good. There's 6 there, that must be to do with the cylinders, but I don't know what. Okay, I'm going to try and trim the plane down just a little because it is pitching up. So yeah, with this plane, if I fly with the mixture that, you know,
23.
maybe too rich or whatever, it'll start probably foul the spark plugs earlier than usual. So you want to have a nice balance there, but I'm not quite sure where the balance needs to be. Whoa. Whoops, that's not good. Didn't mind on that happening. I think the turbulence made my mouse move around. The way the plane is jerking up and down though, I've never seen this in any other plane, but I'm assuming this is accurate.
22 on the Hollywood 1, we've got X-ray.
We've got some wind right now. Let's have a look on the iPad. I think it does tell you the wind. Oh, these are the manifold temperatures, right? Is yellow too cold? Should that be yellow? Green is good, orange isn't. Is this because this is the propeller? That's the angle of the propeller. So the propeller's cooling this one more than this one because it's closest to the propeller. And this one's orange, which I guess is okay. I don't know. So we've got a 10 knot. Oh yeah, it said 15. Was it? What was the maximum? Let's see if we can fly into it. We'll fly into that crosswind. This is the direction the wind's going. Let's see if we can, if we fly into that crosswind, then maybe it won't be so bad.
Southwest 169, contact approach 124.9, good day.
24-9, Southwest 160.
Man, it's a heavy wind. Yeah.
Approach good day, 3943 heavy.
Harry 943 heavy for approach, stay up to 2 leaving, and do you have airport information X-ray Los Angeles?
Formation X is passing 211 Italy 943.
So yeah, in terms of the study levelness and immersion of the plane, what do you guys think? You got any thoughts on this?
Italy 943 heavy.
Oh, this is your hours. Okay. I like it. I really like it. I mean, it's certainly prone to the wind, but look where we are.
Delta 2273, 250 knots.
We're at 12,000 feet. I maybe want to go down a little bit, just reduce my altitude a tad. I have to just retrim the plane because it's wanting to push up. We've got a headwind of 22 knots. That's going to keep us in the air nicely. So I'm going to reduce my throttle.
Exit
Why is the iPad lighting up in white?
Less than 11,000 descending that's out there before the north complex.
What's that white thing for?
At 2 o'clock we have this guy, yep.
See, we keep getting this white window. That's obviously for some reason.
Traffic 3 will stay at the right side the entire time for the north complex final nature visual separation.
To come down a bit quicker, I think. It is windy. Surely then, coming down where the air is more dense is worse. I have no idea if there's anywhere I can land. Right. K-Tex. Okay.
Maintaining visual from the state level stop complex final contact approach 128.5.
We're looking at 25.
There we go. Oh, it is windy. I am really struggling to move this plane around. I would like to try it in a less windy environment just to see if it settles itself down. Oh God. The way it swings around though.
220 please, contact approach 24.9.
220 off the speed, 24.9, existing 3.
Where's the purple line gone? Dude. Hello?
Say the freak again for extension 3 to 9.
24.9 please.
24.9.
I don't. Is this the line? Okay. The line's supposed to stay with the plane. God. If this is close to reality, I do not want to fly a light aircraft. It's way too windy. Feel free to engage in chat if you want, guys. Just let me know you're there and stuff.
Traffic approach 13.5.
Approach United 2243, 22.7 on the Angel X-ray.
North Shadow 9 Kilo Alpha Heavy, declared ILS runway 24 right approach.
Alright, we see ILS 24 right, 2989 altimeter.
I'm trying to get back on the line, but I left the steering. Oh, I left the turn until a bit too late. But we'll be fine.
Aircraft report 25, 250 knots, contact approach 124.9.
Right, 250 knots and 125.
Well, the flying experience is like nothing I've ever felt in a small aircraft. That is for definite. Now, is this dip here the one that we first experienced after we took off?
United 2243, cleared ILS 25 left.
Code the ILS 25 left, United 22.
Well, I don't want to hit this thing. I'm going to go around it. Just hope I can get this thing down and slowed down in time. Oh, is this actual... Oh, airspeed in miles per... Oh, so this is miles per hour. And the knots is inside the dial there. Gotcha. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus.
Approach American 488, so out at 20.
Yeah, there's that little river. Yeah, I know where we are now. I actually visually know where we are.
American 488, third ILS 25 left. Third ILS 25 left.
I think Mary's had a decent joyride. Yes, as you can see, she's really excited. Observador, hello. Welcome to the stream.
Compass 5837, third ILS 25 left. Third ILS 25 left, Compass 5837.
You're the second person to ask me that. I haven't stopped playing Elite. I streamed it for 5 hours on just gone Sunday.
And American 488, we were assigned to.
Yep, still on the go. I've got 2 accounts going, which I alternate. All good. Okay, so we're going to bring the speed down. I'm throttling right down. Oh yeah, well, saying I'm bored of it doesn't mean I've stopped playing it though. But yeah, there's certain elements of Elite I'm bored with. But I'm still going with it.
North 79 Kilo Alpha Heavy, contact approach 128.5.
Let's hopefully get the wheels down. The wheels do not say down and locked. The button just didn't work.
United 2243, contact approach 124.9, good day.
24-9, United 2243.
Oof, that was a rough one. Yeah, we should have slowed the plane down a bit more.
Hollywood arrival with Mission Whiskey. Oh, Compass 629, Code ILS 25 left.
That's not good.
25 left.
That was me, that happened, like, this bad landing was down to something that happened way before the landing. And it was me looking at I pressed the button for the gear down, and then I had to go and look down at this green light here to see if it was down and locked. It didn't come on. So I had to check outside and then press the G key on my keyboard to make it happen instead.
Compass 5837, contact approach 124.9, good day. 24.9, Compass 5837.
And I have no idea why it's stalled now. Propeller's full on. Fuel, fine. Mixture is full. Oh, throttle. Can't go minimum throttle.
Contact approach 124.9, good day. 24.9, you have a good day, American 480.
Yeah, I do. I'm streaming Elite every Sunday, at least. Maybe one midweek if I'm up for it. But I've got a lot of other things I like to do as well. If I do too much elite, I'm just going to burn it out, you know, and I don't want to do that. Got plenty of elite content on my channel to go through.
2102 is 217 descending on the Hollywood one for Len West.
PS4? Yeah. Are you one of these disgruntled consolers when when Frontier decided not to support the consoles with Odyssey?
American 2102, good afternoon.
Which I don't blame you if you are. You know, that's...
2102 is clear the ILS.
I don't blame you at all for that. If I had a console elite version and no PC version, I would be I'd be peed off with it. Yeah, yeah. If you can move to PC, all the better. At least you know you're fairly safe there, right?
Delta 79-21-5 for 12000 Foxtrot.
Delta 79 Heavy, SoCal approach, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
Good ILS 5 left off the transition, Delta 79 Heavy.
Wow, so just bringing the throttle all the way back, at least on the ground. Is this a cutoff?
Delta 1471, reduce speed now to 250, contact approach 12.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about the gear up, gear down thing. So, I have now got to make sure that I return all the switches to the correct position. And I'm going to leave a few things just to make sure that it is doing a full persistent thing. That's off. Lights. Okay, we need to get this up. So, beacon light can go off, that can go off, pitot heat can go off, master switch off, pullouts are all good. So I'm assuming that the fuel that we have in right now will be the fuel that we start with. Let's put the battery on a sec. So fuel is 28 gallons, 28 gallons. Oh, it's draining equally from both. Perfect. Right, so 28 gallons in each. Fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the pitot heat switch on. It won't matter because the battery's off. And I'm going to move this camera. It looks like a CCTV. I'm going to move this light to the side. And I'm going to move this vent as dead center as I can get it. There we go. That'll do. Oh, and I'll leave the glove box open. Okay. Now let's exit. Oh no, wait, we can't. Important steps must be taken. First we've got to put the control lock on, and controls, I definitely want to have, well, the parking brake can go on, the wheel chocks can go on, the tide that can go on. Cool. We've left the pitot heat. So we have pitot heat on, which we did. Oh, and let's pull a circuit breaker. Beacon light circuit breaker is out. Oh, glove box. Glove box is open and the air vent. Let's move one of these switches. Oh. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, it is. It depends on the plane, of course, how realistic your flight's going to be. But the mapping of the planet and everything is amazing. Now I have something else on here which I hope I can show you, but I guess it depends on time of day. And if I am going to show it to you, if I can, we'll have to do it from a specific part of the world. So let's zoom out. And we are looking for Canadiania, which is Canadiania here. Well, we've got Iceland right here. So I would guess here. Let's go here. Go to zoom and see if we've got an airport quick that's got enough runway. 1,400 meters. Should be okay. Let's put our plane there. Same plane. Of course, flight conditions that. However, which way do I want to go? I don't think it matters which way I have to go. I'm hoping we can see this. There's the world, there it is. So if we take off from the nearest runway to me, which is going to be 8, and just carry on that heading. Look at this landmass here. Yes, I have X4. I've even done it. I did one stream on X4, yeah. Yep, I have that one. I got No Man's Sky and Star Citizen and all those thingy bits. So I think my biggest question as we jump into the plane again is the glove box going to be open? Oh, buddy. I'm hearing the ocean.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Yeah, well, I won't be requesting ground services, but thanks. I'm surprised the parking... Yeah, the glove box is open. Yeah, so persistence. It's just how you leave it. I can't believe it even remembers the glove box. Yeah, it's remembered that switch. Can't seem to... Oh, there we go. It's remembered where I adjusted the light. It's remembered that that's roughly in the middle. That's pretty much where I had it. And the circuit breaker, of course, is going to still be popped. So, yeah, you really have to put everything back the way you found it. And therefore, we are using the same battery, the same spark plugs. They're all going to get a little bit, more wear and tear the more we fly. And we've got some weird graphics going on. Quite sure what that's all about. I don't think there's any add-ons here. Now, maybe we can see this without even taking off. Let's go nighttime. Is that nighttime? Gee. Okay. Make no guarantees, by the way. Let's see what we can do here. So I'd rather have Come on. I would rather have real time just for the I'm just going to inspect a couple of things. So if we go here, don't need to inspect the fuel tank. The tie downs, I'll take them off from inside the plane. Fuel's still looking good, and why wouldn't it? I want to check the oil. I just want to see if the oil is still clean or whatever. That's not, that's the fuel, the oil, I believe. I want to see if we've lost any oil, and no, it's still where it's supposed to be, just under 9, and it still looks nice and clean. Okay, I wonder how much flying we need to do before the oil gets really dirty. Okay. So I think if we jump back in and we go to controls, and we can take off the chocks, the tie downs, the controls, and the pitot cover. All right. Let's de-yoke. So, fuel levers need to be, barely read what that says. Oh, wait a minute. Right, so these are the fuel in the wings. Oh, I gotcha. Right, so this is, yeah, as I was saying, sorry. Where it's pointing now, that's the fuel in the wings. That's the fuel in the tips, which is kind of our emergency fuel, I guess. I'm quite happy to just use the wing fuel for now. Emergency gear handle. Yeah, I could have done with that. I'm going to try my button again on the gears and see if it works. So, battery on, fuel pump on, check for fuel pressure. Don't want it to go too far. We'll get it in the green. Oops, is that not good? Okay, now it's stayed. Okay, where's the prime? Twist that back so it's locked into place. Power on, a bit of throttle, a lot of mixture. Magnetos on to both. Beacon light on. We'll get the strobe on as well. And that should be it. I've missed something. Haven't. Took a little while to start it. Whoa. Didn't have the emergency brake on, parking brake on. Okay, now that we've done that, we can get the avionics. And I think I'm happy to just leave from here. Oh God. Hopefully I can taxi through there. Right, so we want these lights up. Why do you keep doing that? Okay, maximum on that. And then don't know what the... What's this? Is the oil not up to... Oil pressure is good. Oil temperature is low. Okay. I guess, do we have to wait for it to heat up then? Give it a bit more throttle. Let's see if it is rising. It is going up. Okay. I'll wait for it to go, for that message to go away or whatever. For the oil temp to go in the green before we fly. And I've noticed, is it just an optical illusion, or is these circles bigger than the other? And these also, these colors mean something. I'll have to have a look in the manual. Bear with me. Okay, so is... Oh, okay. Okay, oh, it is cylinder temperature. Okay, so yellow is warm. Right, so these colors aren't going to change. Yellow. Okay, so what we want to see here, I guess, is orange or red, not purple. Black smoke. Okay, so black smoke can come out of these exhaust vents, and also blue smoke, in which case it's oil. If it's black smoke, it's fuel. And if it's blue smoke, it's oil, just like your car. And there's your propeller angle. Your starter gear is here. And if your cylinders are firing, you've got red. Perfect. Right, so we should now be set. And I hope we can see it. I can't guarantee it because I've never seen it myself yet. But if we switch to the dark days, I'm gonna have to put my landing lights on, I think. I wonder if it depends on the time of year as well. There she is. You see it? Yes, man. We do have an Aurora Borealis. Finally. The movement on this, I have got 0 throttle. Okay, so oil temp is now good. Yeah, all good. Yeah, we did have to wait for that to heat up. Oh, gee. Please don't make this too bumpy. Ugh. Oh dear. Right. arms to push the nose down. I think we're already up. It's actually quite difficult in the dark. Let me just level out, get some speed up. I wonder then if it remembers all these persistent settings, whether it also remembers the trim. Can't really see much. I'm just relying on instruments to get me up in the air here. Those lights. Okay. It's clear that my gear button isn't working. So I can see the green aurora borealis from here. Just let me see if I can mess with the time and maybe we can get a clearer view. The answer to that is no. Yeah, you see it, guys, over there? Thing is, I don't know where I am in relation to it. All I know is that we need more speed and I don't have it. I'm gonna level up and gain some speed. Thing is determined to pitch up. Don't know what that display is here. Let me just do a pause. It'll be easier. Yeah, so there it is. So, if you are at a certain latitude or longitude, horizontal, on the planet, then the only time you'll see this is when it's seasonal, when when it's the right time of the year. If you go further north from that, it should be visible all the time. Yeah. Now, I've left the plane in flight. How does that persistent state work for the next time I load another flight? We're gonna find. Let's go over to the U of K, which is somewhere on this globe. Yeah, let's go down. Is there any smaller? airfields. This is a full-on airport. Better keep out the way. Big planes. Delivery. I want to know now if it's going to stay with the engines on. No chocks, no tie downs. I'll get my finger ready on the brake. Actually, I personally think it's going to be powered off, cold and dark, but all the switches, etc. in the cockpit will be as we left them. At least that's what I'm expecting. How are you starting on the runway? I mean, how did you even get here? That's no good. How do we go back one? Oh, can we? No back. Okay, you better put me on a medium then. I'm gonna have some jumbo pilots complaining at us. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Well, not everything is in the right. Aha. Everything is fine. Where it should be. Stop priming! You're supposed to be twiddling. There you go. Disconnect to pilot. Okay. Well, okay, everything seems okay. These are not. Yeah. Set my ventilation basket. Okay. Everything seems all right. It's a weird. There's something upside down looking about this. Oh, also when I leave the plane and I'm done, I should put this back on. I actually keep forgetting that. And outside, are we tied down? No, but we can be. Let's go in. Also, in terms of baggage, if you want to take a couple of people with you, you can. How do you do this? Oh, okay. I think it's on the walk around. You go here. Go. You open the baggage door. I stole the tablet. How do I get back? Sugar. Didn't want to do that. There we go. Put the satchel bag in. That, and you should see the plane moving as well, I think, with the weight going in. Toolbox. Suitcase. Suitcase. And the static port on the side, yeah. Right, so now that we've actually got back, I knew I had to press something. No. Yeah, so we've actually got people's baggage in now, but no people. That's have the life vest there just to play with people's minds. If I switch the battery on, should a light for the back and red light. You don't have to put on the red light. Oh, it is lighting up, yeah. And we've got the and oh, here's your pitch adjustment. Yeah. Yeah, you see, I've been adjusting this. It's on that flight to try and get the nose pitch down. Pretty nightmare. So, there it is. The Piper PA 24 250 Comanche from A to A Simulations. And definitely a step up in terms of features, immersion-y stuff. The plane maintenance is great. I can definitely see that I will be keeping this in persistent mode because I actually want to see engines, you know. Where's the inspection? I want to see things starting to wear, spark plugs starting to, you know, go black. As long as these are all white when the engine gets fired up, we're good. If one stays black, it's likely fouled. And if there's any smoke coming out of any of these cylinders, it will actually show us here on the display. It'll either be blue or black, and then we'll know if it's oil or whatever. And then we can do the maintenance on the plane as and when needed. So yeah, black smoke coming out will show a little black cloud, and that will be fuel related issue, and blue will be oil. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And I think if you don't want to fly in persistent mode, then it's just a case of going in controls and taking this. That's just persistent cockpit. Where's the wear and tear thing? Can you turn that off? Not. That'll be cool if you can't. But look at this. Persistence by livery. Okay, if you turn that off, then it doesn't matter what livery you use, the wear and tear on the engine is still going to stay. But if you have persistence by livery on, then every time you switch liveries, it treats it as a new plane. And so let's say I go to the red livery and I fly that for 500 hours, go to the blue livery, never used it before, going to be all brand new, but then I go back to the red livery and we're back to having a plane with 500 hours wear and tear on it. That's really kind of cool. Realistic parking brake. Okay. Visible passengers, gyro, sound and drift. Yeah, leave all that on. Why not? Navigation. Oh, these are lights then. Navigation and instrument panel. Did that just switch the battery on? Because it would have needed it. Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, it was me. I left the battery on. That's not good. Maintenance, electrical. Looks like the battery's good. Doesn't say what the voltage is, but it's good. I can switch the battery on to find out. And then if you want to make sure all your breakers are good, just check here, make sure they're all white. Or better still, look for yourself on the plane. We didn't crash it, so everything should be good. I like this. Really, really cool. It's cold in the cabin at the moment. Well, it's bound to be. We haven't got the heating on. All right. So yeah, there you go. That's what it is. The A2A simulations Piper PA 24250 Comanche. That is our tail number, I would expect. N8351P is. He's quite the plane, and yeah, it's a whole new level of study. So I will leave that here, and we will definitely be taking some more flights in this. Hopefully I will be, look where I'm parked, hopefully I will be able to find a place where it's a bit less windy than what we had last time. Let's even see this, look, in the wind. We've got people up in the airport here. W.H. Smiths. Getting 57 frames per second here. Yeah, there you go. All right. I have done my mission. I've shown you the plane, and we managed to fly it and land it. Although the landing was a little bit sketchy, I will admit that. But it was only my first one, and it was all down to the landing gear not working, which I don't know why that is. I'll triple double check my buttons. Do that right now, actually. So yeah, there you go. Throttle, landing gear, and we're going to clear the current input and pop it in again. Right. Oh, why are you not working? Until next time, guys, I will see you then. Bye-bye.